Welcome to This Explainer. I am just absolutely thrilled to guide you through today's fascinating journey. I want you to picture a sweeping, cinematic montage of history for a second, and just think about how far a single story can travel. The legacy of Beauty and the Beast is truly a tale as old as time, with roots stretching back roughly 4,000 years. We aren't just looking at a simple fairy tale about enchanted castles or talking clocks today. No, we are going to dive deep into a universally beloved narrative that has traversed millennia. We'll explore the cultural biases it completely shatters, the psychological depths it uncovers, and the radical empathy it champions. So it really begs the question, right? Why does this story stubbornly persist in our collective human consciousness? I mean, from ancient oral traditions to massive modern blockbusters, we just keep telling this exact same story over and over again. Why? Well, because it's not just a fairy tale about magic. It acts as a brilliant mirror reflecting the universal human condition. It boldly declares that true love isn't found in superficial perfection, but in the gritty, realistic journey of two souls learning to truly see and understand one another.
Section 1. A Tale Traversing Time.
To truly grasp this narrative's incredible power, we literally have to look at its sweeping 4,000-year journey. Before the Beast lived in a majestic French castle, the roots of this tale were recorded in Sanskrit in the Indian Panchatantra more than 2,000 years ago, where a girl actually married a giant snake. Then, in the 2nd century AD, we see Apuleius' Roman myth of Cupid and Psyche, where a mortal woman is sacrificed to a supposed monster. As this story echoed across centuries and continents, it survived by shifting its shape to reflect our own deepest struggles and triumphs. The Beast was a giant snake in India, a monkey in Japan, a bear in Norway, and even a pig in Italy. It constantly adapted, ultimately leading us to the 18th century French tales and the glowing modern cinematic adaptations we know today.
Section 2. Identifying the True Monsters.
Now, if this tale teaches us anything, it is how to identify a real, true monster. Let's talk about the corporeal standard. This is a critical academic concept that identifies the dangerous societal illusion that physical beauty automatically equals goodness and physical abnormality or disability equals villainy. Society often completely worships this standard, but Beauty and the Beast, it actively and fiercely shatters that exact illusion. Picture the dark, dramatic contrast here. On one side, we have the true monsters, arrogance, greed, and superficiality. In 18th century France, Jean-Marie Le Prince de Beaumont wrote about Beauty's cruel sisters who were so incredibly selfish and materialistic that they rubbed onions in their eyes to fake crying when Beauty left home. And in the 1991 animated film, we have Gaston, a guy possessing absolute physical perfection and the total adoration of society, yet harboring the heart of a toxic, narcissistic bully. On the flip side, we have the gentle Beast, a terrifying exterior that is actually protecting a sweet, deeply wounded heart. The story exposes, loud and clear, that a handsome face can easily hide an ugly soul.
You know, we can actually understand this dynamic even better through the lens of critical disability studies. The social relational model of disability recognizes that the barriers society creates are what truly marginalize people. The Beast isn't just biologically different. Actually, scratch that. He's forced completely outside of society's definition of human by an angry mob that views his unique ways of being as a threat. The story asks us to critically examine how we construct the very idea of humanity and how able-bodied norms can systematically push out anyone who looks or operates differently.
Section 3. Love as Courageous Choice.
When we look past the magic mirrors and the enchanted roses, we find a protagonist claiming incredible agency. Through the lens of feminist narratology, which is the study of how stories handle gender and power, we can see Beauty as a highly resilient woman rather than just some passive damsel waiting in a tower. For women in the 18th century, the terrifying unknown often meant being forced into an arranged marriage with a strange older man. Yet, in this narrative, Beauty actively subverts traditional patriarchal constraints. She willingly walks into the dark castle. She refuses to cower, actively choosing her own destiny, right in the face of fear. Just listen to this defining quote from Gabrielle Suzanne Barbat de Villeneuve's original 18th century publication. Beauty says, "It is your heart, not your form, that I have come to cherish." Wow! Beauty doesn't fall in love instantly. She uses her intellect, her rich conversations at dinner, and her radical empathy to slowly uncover the Beast's virtue over time. It's a deliberate, reasoned choice of compassion over instant romantic attraction. The psychological triumph of this story really boils down to 4 distinct steps. To heal the wounded healer within ourselves and others, we absolutely have to 1.
Bravely face the terrifying unknown. 2. Look past superficial appearances. 3. Use empathy to uncover virtue. And 4. Choose radical compassion over fear. We learn to embrace the darkest, most exiled parts of ourselves by demanding respect while simultaneously offering profound empathy.
Section 4. The enduring legacies.
So what should you take away from all this? Well, it's the ultimate triumph of radical acceptance. This story survives because it completely destroys the myth of the corporeal standard. It champions inner morality over outward wealth. It reframes love as an active, courageous choice. And most importantly, it shows us exactly how to integrate our light and dark sides for true psychological wholeness. When the transformation finally happens, the curse is broken, and two outsiders stand together, equals in every single way.
When the curse is finally broken and the castle is bathed in sunlight, the overarching truth of this 4,000-year-old story is laid bare. It's perfectly captured by Khalil Gibran, who wrote, "Beauty is not in the face, beauty is a light in the heart." This proves that true magic and true human connection relies entirely on character.
Because as the story reaches its triumphant crescendo and the screen metaphorically fades to black, we realize the true magic was never in the fairy's wand. It was never in the enchanted rose. It was always in the sweetness of a pure heart. The enduring legacy of this story is its unyielding belief in the transformative power of love and understanding.
Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with one final provocative question to ponder. What inner beast in yourself or in others around you are you waiting to courageously see and transform with radical acceptance? The next time you encounter a metaphorical beast, remember the courageous choice of beauty. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Until next time, keep learning, keep questioning, and always keep looking beyond the surface.